What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your daily horoscope for Friday, December 18th, 2020. Brian here, Fixed Air Moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. I appreciate you so much for being here. As always, we're going through a lot of shifts right now. Today's a pretty big day with that sun in Sagittarius at 27 degrees, crossing, more or less sitting on the galactic center, which is really about 27, 28 degrees of Sagittarius, and also 28 to 20 or 27 to 28 degrees of Gemini. That axis, we're moving into a new area where this is it. Like, we're really rewriting new stories here today. Big things are going to come up, and we need to find out how to explore our power, especially with Mars still in Aries at 22 degrees today. It's a degree away from the final square to Pluto. This is a big deal. This is really having you go deep within yourself to find the power that you need to evolve and move forward into the new stories that are going to make your life better and get rid of the old stories in life. And that's where we're at. We got to ditch them. So whatever comes up today, you have to find that courage to penetrate deeper, to find the true essence of what your soul desires and what you need in life to feel good, and what you need to feel like yourself and to feel powerful and sovereign and connected to your individual power. And Saturn's in Aquarius now, so it's about being individuated and having that structure within yourself to connect to what makes the most sense in life and to disconnect from what doesn't. Also with a North Node in Gemini, which, by the way, is going to be trine the moon. So the moon is in Aquarius as well. We're definitely emotionally trying to disconnect from chapters in our life and stories that don't make sense. And, you know, we got to look for objective truths. We got to look for who can help us. We got to come together with people. This moon's making really good aspects to the nodes, which Neptune is squaring. So it's like you can see the path that you need to be on, but it's third eye seeing. It's not necessarily physical. You might not be able to just see it right in front of your face, but you know it. You feel it within you, and you have to go connect to that, because that's where, you know, we're dealing with a lot of fixed energy coming up. Like, that's where the life force is that internal knowing, that internal understanding, that objective truth of a bigger picture of stories that you can make happen when you find your power today. And I think that, you know, especially with this moon sextile Mars, like, if you can't disconnect from the things that are taking your power away and your individuality away, that's a problem. We have to remember to be individuals. We have to remember to come into this world every day from a place of sovereignty, from a place of power within ourselves, to do it our own way. We don't want to do it like everybody else. When the world's trying to tell you to do the same thing as everybody else, that is the dark using astrology against you, not for your best benefit, but to use it for their benefit. And I think it's important to realize that this Pluto-Jupiter cycle we're in, Jupiter and Saturn, I should say, are about to make a new cycle in Aquarius on Monday. But we just had 3 hits with Pluto and Jupiter in Capricorn, so that's going to last for the next 12 and a half, 13 years until Jupiter comes all the way around and meets with Pluto again in Aquarius. So there is this Capricorn control and this restrictiveness that doesn't want to give you the gifts in life if you can't make it happen for yourself, right? If you can't get to the top of any mountain in yourself, and if you can't do it step by step for yourself, it's not about having somebody or something outside of you change your whole world. It's about you changing your world. But it is a time to connect to people that want to change the world with you. But it's not a time to expect that we're going to get handouts. Capricorn isn't really just going to hand things out. You got to put the work in. So these cycles are important to keep in mind in the background. Like, it's not like we're just coming into just everything being perfect. Like, we still have to put the work in to get the ultimate gift for ourselves. And Jupiter's at 29 Capricorn. So it's very edgy here, and I think we can feel a release coming. But at the same time, we have to be willing to release it, to move on to better stories, and to open up better doors in our life, even when it feels like there's a restrictive force behind it, which isn't just going to go away. So how can we make today a day where we can feel empowered, not restricted, but come into our individuality, to look at things objectively, especially emotionally. We don't want to get too caught up in things right away emotionally. We need to be more objective and more smart with this Aquarius moon. It'll feel more connected if we can figure things out from another place before we just emotionally invest into anything that doesn't make you feel connected. Like if there's no connection right off the bat, like you already know, and that's when you got to pull the trigger and disconnect here and come into that place of knowing your inner value. And with Venus here at 3 degrees, going to come to 4 degrees today of Sagittarius, it's going to trine over to a stationary Chiron. It's definitely time to find your true power and the true wisdom that you have, and you know, that value of all the healing that you have done over this last year and all the work you've put in. There's so much value in that. And I think that the more we can explore that and open up those doors in life, to really like patting yourself on the back for getting through one of the most intense Capricorn transits we've ever seen in hundreds of years. And to be able to move forward from a place of strength and not, you know, being down or thinking that other people have to save you. Like this is save yourself and saving yourself by having the ultimate value within yourself. And it does bring up relationships, making sure that relationships are healing and they're not, what's an opposite word for healing? They're not a disease even. They're not, you know, taking you out of some sort of power within yourself of the work you've done, but they're opening doors and not closing them. And I think it's important to realize that when it comes to people, because people are important, but it's not like you have to just follow people. It's not a time to follow. It's a time to lead for yourself, to lead by the example of the life you want to live and the value that you have for yourself. Today's a big day to step into that energy. I think we have a lot of information that needs to be taken in, especially with that North Node in Gemini, which will be there all through 2021. There's so much information and things that are going to take place, and we have to be smart. We can't just blindly follow the guru, which is the South Node in Sag. We have to be that guru for ourselves and make sure that we're leading the life that we want to live and opening up doors from that area, from that space, and not being led into weird spaces and weird experiments that we're being told to by a university. John Hopkins does all the COVID stuff, right? Travel, universities. It's interesting with the South Node in Sag. We have to be very much more localized, our environment, information, objective truths, and light. We got to bring the light, we got to bring the love, and that is very important to share today too. Make sure we're disconnecting from anything that is taking us out of our individuality and moving into our power. This Mars is so important here in Aries. We got to use that power before it moves into Taurus in mid-January. Card of the day is the 3 of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, I mean, I would say that there's definitely work to do, but it's not so much about like teamwork. It's definitely about like you putting in the work for yourself, which will actually be the greatest teamwork that you can do. The more we can step into the things and build the things that we need internally and in our environment, that spreads out to the collective. And it is such a service to be able to do that for yourself. And yes, we'll help people if people in our life need help. Yes, we'll help create and do that. We are co-creators here. But it starts from that like ultimate value within. And if you have that value, you can build from there and you'll connect to people and you'll build with the right people. And it's not so much about just going out and trying to build a whole new world right now. Like this is about building your world, and that will transform the rest of the world. I love you all very much. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful, it is Friday. It's Venus Day, so it should be beautiful. And I will see you for the weekend forecast tomorrow. Love you. Peace.